Entitled stepbrother wants to use my inheritance money to buy himself a car. Have fun sleeping on the streets. My dad remarried when I was 16, but I never got along with my stepbrother even though we are the same age. Ever since he moved in with me and my dad, he has acted like he owned the place. He leaves his clothes all over the house and refuses to pick them up even when I ask him to. I like to cook my own food and often save my leftovers for later, but he just eats them without asking first, and then denies doing it by saying he doesn't even like my food. He also stinks up the place since he rarely showers. And when I confront him, he gets mad and says something along the lines of, "It's my house and I can do whatever I want. If you have a problem with it, then you can leave." I tried to get my dad to do something about this, but my stepmother would always intervene and say he's just a child, and that I can be more mature about calling him out. Thanks to that reason, I normally tend to avoid everyone and just stay in my room, but I couldn't always do that at family functions. This one time, he was bragging about how he was going to impress this girl in his class by taking her on a road trip. I ended up laughing and spilling my drink because it was so hilarious, and told him, no girl wants to be with someone who doesn't even take a shower. Well, apparently it was a known fact that he stinks, and everyone started snickering. He saw the look on their faces and called me a liar and that I was just jealous of him. Since that day, he has hated me with a passion. Instead of eating my leftovers, he would just throw them out without any explanation. He mixed his colored clothes with my laundry and ruined all my white clothes. I was so tired of him and my dad not doing anything about it that I applied to a faraway college and moved out of the house. That proved to be a good decision because I no longer had to walk on eggshells and watch my surroundings. I was going to make sure to enjoy my college life. But in my junior year, I got the worst news of my life. My dad had a terrible accident on the highway and passed away on impact. I couldn't even believe that he was gone and wept like a baby at the funeral. I requested some time off from college because I wasn't able to function properly. Every day I would just think back to all our good memories and wish I had stayed at home to spend more time with him. Tolerating my stepbrother was nothing if it meant I could make more memories with my dad. A few weeks later, a lawyer contacted me saying he wanted to talk about my dad's inheritance. It turns out that my dad had left the house as well as all the money he had to my name. And since I was already 21, I could lay a claim to it immediately. I hadn't even processed that information yet when out of nowhere I received a call from my stepbrother. I thought he was going to offer his condolences and ask me to come back home. But no. Apparently he had been promised a new car by my dad and was hoping to fulfill that wish once he was given his inheritance. But he was furious when he found out my dad had left him with nothing. So now he was calling me to ask for his rightful share and demanded that I buy him a brand new car with the money I had just received. Not even a month had gone by since my dad's passing, so I was shocked to see that he had moved on already and was only talking about his money. It was clear to me that he held no love for my dad, so I wasn't going to entertain his ridiculous demand. The money my dad had left me was supposed to be for my future, and not to spend on luxury items. I told him that whatever promise he had with my dad was gone, and I wasn't going to buy him a car. He began yelling at me, calling me a selfish beach when my stepmother snatched the phone and said that he didn't mean what he said. She knew that insulting me would only make me mad and told me, "Your dad really did promise to buy your brother a car. I think it's only fair that you honor his legacy by doing good on his promise." I thought about it for a second and asked them where they were. They said they were in their house, and I remembered that I now owned that property. So I told them, "You are no longer my family, and don't bother asking me for any handouts. By the way, that house belongs to me, so get out before I call the police on you for trespassing."